Surprise, we got a new roadmap for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Don't expect a lot, although the update we get very soon is pretty awesome. And hey, we have Simon again on our screen, so let's react to the roadmap video they put up for the first time together.
Greetings, Assassins! We've got 3 new editions coming for Assassin's Creed Shadows, dropping on February 17th.
Ooh,
First, for all you min-maxers out there, we are finally adding the often requested detailed stat.
Yeah!
Yay. You can access it
Finally.
at any time while browsing the inventory and get the nitty-gritty details.
Okay, this seems pretty good. And then you also see where you got it from. Percentage increase of... So here, percentage increases or reduction to ability cooldown. Positive values will reduce cooldown up to 100% and negative values. So they actually have some extra, like, information and stuff. This is not bad. Base damage dealt by abilities. Different abilities may deal a different percentage of this damage. Noted in their description. Ability damage is affected by the increases to damage. Okay. And then you see, oh, it's the base is this. Your katana gives this. The active bow. This is actually really nice. This might be more detailed than the previous games. Of course, in Odyssey and Valhalla, we had this at launch. So, of course, we want... This is an RPG. We want this from day one. But better late than never. And I hope this means that future RPGs, we don't have to ask the post-launch director every time for them to add it. But yeah, this is very good. Let's continue.
Nitty-gritty details about your gear loadouts. Secondly, we are updating the visual feedback for critical hits, making things snappier and much more obvious.
Feels like they're talking directly to me. This has been another thing that I wanted from day one. Because without damage numbers, I still think damage numbers is a better way to go, obviously. Because then they didn't even have to do this. Then it was like, yo, big yellow number, damage numbers. But hey, this looks, as you can see, normally this would be a hit. And now this is a crit. So normally there was no way of telling. So then you have all this gear like, oh, crit chance, this, that, your crit damage, this. And you never really know. You're like, oh, I think that was a larger hit than I normally do. So that might be it. No, you now see a red glow around the health bar. If we cannot have damage numbers, again, I want future games to be like, next to the exploration and guided system, be like, okay, what type of player are you? Are you a nerd? Do you want to see the stats and the damage numbers? Go play this way. If you want a more immersive experience, you don't want all that stuff, play this way. Then everyone wins. Then we don't have to ask in an RPG to have damage numbers that we had in Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. But I digress. This is great, having a way to see the crits appear.
Before. This will help you get a better feel for how good your loadouts are in action, not just on a detailed stats page. Third and lastly, my personal favorite addition to the parkour so far, the almighty
Whoa!
If you haven't already,
this is sick that they are able to do this.
Just enable
Advanced parkour. Enable side ejects and back ejects from any height, including non-target. We of course had this already, but now it says also tap A while moving to perform manual jumps, allowing you to reach higher places faster with significantly accelerated parkour. I mean, of course the older games had this already, but yeah, we did not really see them in the RPGs. Then Mirage added it with the most recent update, the Valley of Memories, and now having it back in Shadows, I really hope means that every future Assassin's Creed game has this, because it significantly changes how you navigate the world. Let's see, we probably see some gameplay here.
Parkour and gameplay options.
Oh, that's cool. Like at any point, you can just jump.
Advanced parkour and gameplay options.
And it looks awesome.
And the open world is you.
So we already had, of course, that you could run, and then if there was like an overhang, you could jump to that. So there were some manual jumps also on like non-standing objects. You could do a manual jump, basically. But now you can just do it everywhere.
Is your trampoline oyster, baby. With this final parkour update, there has never been a better time to throw down the gauntlet and issue a community parkour challenge.
So we're gonna stop Simon there. The video then goes on to explain this parkour challenge. There's also an article up that also explains it. I will leave a link to it in the video description. So all we have, and they do have like a roadmap that we can look at right here. So all we have is this update with features that you could argue should have been in the game at launch, because they've been removed and now they're adding them back. Obviously, it's nice that they still took the time to implement them in this new iteration of the engine, and hopefully it means that we won't be in this spot again in 5 years with the next RPG, or maybe sooner, where we're like, finally the manual jump again. Oh, finally a way to see how crits work. Yeah, it's a really good update, but, and you see it also here, so the other things in the roadmap. The Switch 2 release for Call of Duty, of course, the Switch 2 version launched, I think, last year, December, and they have a 1-year anniversary live stream with giveaways. I think it's clear that something is missing here, that they had a bigger plan for this February 17th update, or maybe for one that was supposed to launch in March, but that, of course, all got delayed. And then I'm talking about, Zevers has a great post with things we learned about the winter roadmap for Assassin's Creed Shadows. And it's based on some data mined information, but basically there was seemingly going to be a special quest in Shadows in collaboration with the AC Black Flag remake, with the initial quest name Obsidian. Obsidian is the code name for the Black Flag remake. The Pirates Helix pack will be released around the launch of the Black Flag remake. Now obviously, if you've been following the news, and I talked about it in a video here on the channel as well, the Black Flag remake was supposed to launch on March 24th, but then it got delayed, and now the new date seems to be July 28th. But yeah, basically, Simon and his team were preparing this crossover event to hype people up for the Black Flag remake, so that we had a mission in Shadows, then the Pirate Helix pack, and maybe some other free content like an Edwards Legacy outfit would of course have been cool, maybe not through a project, but as a reward from that mission or something like that. But yeah, obviously the remake got delayed. That's out of their control. So they are sitting here with this update and they're like, whoa, yeah, we don't have anything else ready because we wanted to do this remake crossover stuff. Of course, that's pure speculation, but if you watched my interview with Simon, he was clear. Year 2 will see sizable updates, but less frequent. So basically every 3 months, that's what they are probably aiming for, we get one big Shadows update of the size of the one we had in November with the Izu content and with the puzzlement quest, the Izu items, and it also had the Attack on Titan content and a lot of free items. That was a really sizable update, but all the updates we would get in year 2 should be of that size and even more. And obviously this update is not that. But if you have these 3 features and a mission for Black Flag and all the maybe other things they were doing, then it's already a more sizable update. I really think that that's what happened here. So we will have to wait and see. But I do think it might mean that, again, that some of the things that will stack on top of each other, that they now have the Black Flag content ready and are waiting for the official announcement of the Black Flag remake while they're working on the other stuff. I don't think this means there's no more content for Shadows coming. Although it would have been nice if they said in any of the marketing that they did for the winter roadmap that they're like, yo, expect more content coming soon. That would have been nice. Because here, they said, what's next? They give you a glimpse of the next few months in Shadows. Nothing. So yeah, I will of course keep you up to date here. Again, the update will be dropping tomorrow if you watch this on the 16th, so February 17th. I will likely do a video on this channel, kind of going over the update, checking it out. There should be a new Helix pack as well, a new weapon pack. So make sure to subscribe. Leave a like. Let me know what you think, of course, in the comments down below. And I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.